You like
kick it off.
You
yeah.
like it? I know. I've been flipping my hair so much now that I have hair on my head. I can't help it.
Of course, it's a new punctuation.
It is.
Yeah, you can work those braids for anything.
Exactly. I mean, I think when my hair was long, I touched it a lot too. So I think it's just like having hair. I'm like, yeah. Even my short hair, I touched a lot. But
I'm a nasty little hair toucher too.
Yeah.
Like, if I can see my own image on Zoom, I'm constantly fucking with my hair.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh, this is off. And it's like, does the reverse. So you're like fixing one side, but you're like, oh, I'm fixing the wrong side. Let me find the right side.
It's like you're watching someone else fix your hair.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's better if I like turn off my, self view, but I might just be doing it and not seeing it then.
Right. I can't turn off the self view. I gotta see myself.
What if I'm sitting weird?
Yeah,
I got my chin all tucked funny. Oh man.
I gotta see what these people are saying. And what you're listening to right now is This Normal? The podcast where we dissect your anonymous quirks, queries, confessions, and decide if they're normal or something completely different. I'm Alyssa Yeoman.
And I'm Erin Ingle.
Yeah, kicking
Did I
it
say
off.
that weird?
No.
Sometimes I hear my own voice saying my own name. It's kind of a trip.
Really? Mm-hmm. Does it just not feel like it's your voice, or is it just like the tone? You're like, that's what I sound like, or
so it's a little mix of those two. It's like the name is like a little too like peppery sometimes. I don't know, like Erin Ingle, Erin Ingle. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not used to it. It doesn't come out right all the time.
Yeah, I feel it.
I prefer to be announced by others.
I'll start announcing you when you come into rooms and stuff if you want me to.
Like an old timey herald.
Exactly.
Fabulous plan.
Exactly.
Do you feel like you've grown like a new relationship with your last name since performing on stage a lot? Like,
I do think that has changed for me. I always thought, like, when I was younger, I'd be the type to change my name when I got married.
Yeah.
Then I started doing comedy, and I was like, oh, I'm never changing my name.
It's the brand, baby.
It's the brand. I also feel like I have a very powerful last name. Like, I like my last name.
Yeah, it's unique. It's like... not a lot of. I feel like not a lot of like Y's for last name initials. Kinda?
Exactly.
I don't know.
And my initials, like ALY, are the same three letters in my name. First three letters in my name. So I like that. And I have nice round. Like every name is 6 letters, so it's literally 666.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, I guess.
Yeah, so I like I feel like my name has good symmetry and everything like that. And also, like, my fiance has 2 hyphenated last names. There's no way I'm changing my last name to his hyphenated last name.
Yeah, for sure. Or a triple hyphenate.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
Yeoman. There was a moment where I was like, we could create like a new last name.
I pitched that too.
Yeah.
And I started like scrambling letters around. Like, didn't get any traction on that though.
Yeah, there's nothing that like really hit for me. So we've grown fond of our last names. I didn't like Ingle for most of my life, and now it just feels like I can't let that go. So yeah, exactly.
With the letters and the numbers of letters and all that too, like Erin, so ERIN, and then my last name starts with IN. So it's like there's part of that like weird.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Letter
together.
Math going on.
I love letter math. Girl math. That's what we're doing right
now. Okay, so girl math, a fabulous internet conversation.
Yes.
Can I tell you what has been dominating my internet for the last week or so? Is the Roman Empire.
Oh, okay. The Roman Empire trend.
Yes. So, of course, if you're not on social media, if you're not watching the TikToks or the Reels or whatever, the movement right now, the trend is to say, like, basically working on the theory that all men are thinking about the Roman Empire. Ask your insert male friend, partner, whatever, how often he thinks about the Roman Empire.
Yes.
I don't have to ask. I know Baird's a World War II guy.
He's a World War II guy?
I guess I should ask him. You should
ask. That's so funny because, I asked my partner this question and he totally trolled me because...
Did he?
Yeah. My partner does not think about the Roman Empire, so I'm blessed in that respect. Yeah. But then we were talking about World War II guys and how that's like... a thing as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand WW2 guys. I'm just gonna say WW2
That's good.
Yeah, I'm like my mouth doesn't want to say World War today. And about how that's like a thing.
I
right?
think that's a thing.
Like
I saw another very good meme like a while back, like last year maybe, that was like, once you turn 30, for men, once you turn 35, you have two choices: learn how to smoke meat or start getting really into World War II. And I thought that was also relevant in this household, more for my in-laws. But I think
funny.
Baird's a general like history guy, but I would guess that if I quizzed him on things, he'd be more knowledgeable about the 20th century. But maybe he knows all about. He's more just into like how tall mountains are.
Okay,
that's his real passion.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's funny that men are into wars, and specifically, I think about World War II because I'm like. It's like so bleak. You're just like
so sad.
It's so sad. It's like so fucked. And you're just like, whoa, look at all these like cool weapons that were like introduced or whatever. It's just such a weird men in war. I'm like, what is the appeal? Why does that get your rocks off? Or
just like bear that much focus or like I don't know. I was talking to one of my besties and we were texting about like an upcoming wedding and what we were going to wear, and then recalling like mentioning old wedding fits of each other's, and I said, this is what I think takes up the space in our mind that in my partner's mind is filled with how many yards the boys go on the football field.
So funny.
Yeah. So because Baird could be like, oh yeah, in that Super Bowl was when this guy broke a record for like whatever. And I'm sure Isaac can do that too.
I'm sure he has a few. Yeah. Isaac holds a lot of information ahead. It's actually crazy the amount of information he holds in his head. I'm like super impressed by it. I don't think anything is taking up that space in my head.
No. It's just blissful.
It's not blissful at all. But the way I feel about history, the past is the past.
Let it go, baby.
Yeah, we got nothing more to say, nothing we can do there. Nothing to do there. But
if it was that important, they'd put it in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'll see and completely forget I watched. No, I'm like, what is it in my head? Because I feel like I do spend a lot of time in contemplation. Like, I think most of the time I'm just thinking about like myself and how I relate to the world. If I am thinking about anything.
Wow, self-reflection.
Yeah, I feel like that's mostly where my head is at.
Okay.
Also produces anxiety, which also comes up for me.
Are you ruminating on the way that you said something in a conversation at all? Like,
I've had those moments. I've had moments where I ruminate on when I've said people's names wrong.
Oh God, I hate that.
Yeah, so that's a big one for me that comes up. But I'm like, what is like taking up my headspace where I'm like living rent free, or like, oh, this was a funny thing, or yeah, I can't even. I'm like, is there any historical event that I think about often? I mean, that isn't like totally bleak. Also, so much of history is totally bleak. So I'm like, try to move away from that.
I think this comparison though, like would like as far as this Roman Empire conversation or like a World War II thing, like it should include the bleak. Like if you dwell on something that like sucks, like or whatever, then that still counts.
Yeah. Oh, I think my mind space is like, this is so corny. And I've got really embarrassed because Isaac has really good hearing and I didn't realize how good his hearing is. And I watch a lot of motivational TikToks and YouTube.
Okay.
I watch a lot of motivational shit. I love that shit.
All right.
And I didn't know he could overhear me like watching all of that all the time.
You're like, you're welcome. Absorb it.
No, I felt so like, I felt embarrassed by it because I was like, oh, this is so corny. You like hear me talking about like 6 ways to change your mindset around money or whatever. Like, I'll get into that. I do actually a lot of finance stuff, even though I don't have a lot of finances at the moment.
That's honestly when you think about it the most, probably.
True. I do like a lot of finance stuff. I think there's that. But yeah, I was like, it's not the Roman Empire. I'm not. Yeah. Because he was like, no, I don't think about it like that. And then yeah, we went into it, and he knows a lot of history and reads a lot of like nonfiction and things like that. But he's a complicated guy, I guess. Yeah. More than the Roman Empire. I should ask him. Yeah, I'm like, what's another thing men think about a lot? I'm like, shitting. We talked about that a little bit, but yeah, I don't know what the equivalent is. So yours is like outfits, fashion.
I guess like I think it's like personal and like relational things, whatever. Like that's what takes up like I feel like I can remember like most conversations that I've had with people, you know, like if they had any sort of, you know, beyond small talk.
So many details about people are in here. Yeah. Where I'm like, sorry, I remember your zodiac sign right now that you told me one time. But yeah, not to be a creep, but yeah.
And you know, where things are, where like a thing is in the house.
Yes.
That's a lot of my brain space. I'm also not, I don't have a memory for historical stuff. Like I kind of like usually try to avoid the topic because I feel like it makes me come off like pretty ignorant when I'm like, who is fighting for that one or like whatever.
I feel it.
Yeah. So I just try to avoid it. And
like, I think about the things I remember from school days because like that's when like history and all that stuff comes up, and it's so random. Like for some reason, actually a decent space in my brain that remembers is the story Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I'm like, sometimes I think about that where I'm like, wow, that was such a dark, sad story. Like we read in like school.
8th or something grade.
Right?
Something grade, yeah.
So I think about like that, you know, I don't know. It's just a funny thing. It's funny that guys are thinking about the Roman Empire, but not thinking about how their actions affect people.
Oosh. From the 3-point line. Yeah.
Shots fired.
Coming in. What do you think the NB Roman Empire is?
NB Roman Empire. That's a great one. Well, I think for like gays in general, it's probably like Real Housewives. And myself included, depending on what, you know, and you don't have to be into every franchise, so don't give me
just your particular lore.
I think there's that, yeah. But I'm like NB Roman Empire. So I think maybe that some other, like, what comes up for me or like historically. Some sort of like,
it's like communist revolutions or something.
True. I do think about socialism a lot. I also think about Karl Marx more often than I should. So I guess I do have some knowledge around that, but yeah.
Well, tell us, Normcore, tell us what is living in your head rent free. What is your Roman Empire?
What is your Roman Empire? And maybe it's special for everybody. Maybe we should.
I mean, it certainly is.
Yeah. Right. It's like, what's your personal 9/11? You know what I mean? Like everybody's got a different one. Some people, it's the actual event of 9/11.
So sorry for your loss.
Exactly. Never forget. But yeah, I'm like, what is your Roman Empire? I feel like I'm going to think about this all day. Now I'm going to be like, what is it?
Yeah.
Searching for it. But
we have so much to learn from each other.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Should we kick off some submissions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Mind if I begin?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. This is a live show mega hit. I can't out who it is, but I know who submitted this, and I see them regularly and we reflect on it a lot. Can't wait to share it with you all. Is this normal? My wife makes a, quote, normal burrito, quote, which just consists of refried beans, ketchup, and cheese, all heated in the microwave. And they call it, and that's the end of the submission. They call it a normal burrito, which is unbelievable.
It feels blasphemous. Yeah.
It feels, I'm not going to say like racist, but
something like that.
A normal burrito outside of the context of this household does certainly not contain ketchup.
Yes, I think that we can mostly agree on.
We see who one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just does not belong, and that is the ketchup in this burrito.
Ketchup is not a salsa replacement, in my opinion.
That is a white maneuver.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it. I didn't have to say it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, this is definitely like when people make jokes that white people think ketchup is spicy, and then someone's like, "Here's my normal burrito." You're like, "Wait, is that true? Like, is this stereotype true?" I don't know. All heated in the microwave together. The idea too of hot ketchup is kind of getting me. Right?
No, I hadn't really thought about that because I was thinking the microwave heat. I was like, that does achieve a certain Taco Belliness,
right?
Like, which I know they're not heated in the microwave as a former Taco Bell employee, but it has that like steaminess,
right?
Kind of.
It melts the cheese, things like that. I would feel even more okay with this if they like press the burrito in a panini press.
Really?
I mean, I'm still not eating it.
Yeah.
I would. Okay.
What if it had scrambled eggs in it?
Then, if it had
could you live with the
eggs,
ketchup if it had scrambled eggs? Do you ketchup your eggs ever?
I don't ketchup my eggs.
I don't either, but I know that's a lot more.
Yeah, that's very common. That's common. I think that's across racial lines, people catch up their eggs.
It's important. Where do we all come together as Americans?
I have a light-skinned friend who puts ketchup on her eggs, so I'm going to say it's across racial lines.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think the eggs can throw me off. The idea of eggs heated in the microwave throws me off. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like it whenever you go to a breakfast place or get a breakfast sandwich and the egg is square either. That kind of freaks me out. Yeah. So I think even adding eggs to this, I feel like it's more acceptable because ketchup, eggs, cheese. Then I feel like maybe the beans are a little off.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's just
right.
This is. I'm just gonna run through the finish line and say special.
Okay.
This so-called normal burrito is special to me.
Yeah, I think it's special as well.
I knew a kid growing up that would put ketchup in their mac and cheese. Pukey face. I think that they felt like it was like more like a pasta sauce that way.
Oh.
I don't know why, but maybe they just liked ketchup. I don't know. I was maybe trying to justify it.
Right. I've had mustard on my mac and cheese before.
If you like home making your cheese sauce, mustard can be a nice ingredient in that sauce.
So I've had that. A roommate in college got me on that. I don't do it every time, but I've done it on occasion when the mac and cheese needs a little extra something.
A little acid.
Yeah. But this burrito, this normal burrito, as your wife calls it, is actually special. And I love that she's justified this burrito for herself by calling it normal, going on kind of like a branding tour of the burrito.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that effort.
That's your signature burrito.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that it's all like a goo inside of it. Once you heat that thing up and you could really just like squeeze it up out the top like a Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
Which Go-Gurt takes up a lot of mental space for me, by the way.
Go-Gurt is your Roman Empire.
Yes. Why is no one talking about Go-Gurt?
Go-Gurt does take a lot of space up. I think about Go-Gurt as well because, not to go too far off on a tangent, but like, I remember just like really pining for Go-Gurt because my mom wouldn't buy Go-Gurt.
That was one of those like sexy like things to get, like store-bought things. That's
when you had like cool parents, rich parents, something,
pink and blue like yogurt yogurt squeezers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my mom insisted on just like your basic, your fruit in the bottom.
Peel top. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mom, I want to shoot it into my mouth.
Exactly. That's the only way I can enjoy this yogurt. It just hits different when it hits the back of your throat. Yeah, totally.
A spoon can't achieve.
But this is a special burrito.
This normal burrito is very special.
Yeah. And I've made a lot of high food and weird food when you're kind of running out of stuff. But if you're calling this a normal burrito, I get the sense you're eating this kind of often. This is like a go-to like snack. I don't have anything else. I'm throwing this together. So
yeah, and I could see always having those things around. But that if it's me, a simple swap the ketchup for a hot sauce makes this super normal.
Right.
The ketchup is what is the hitching point here.
Yeah. The ketchup it's just not right.
We simply can't allow it.
Yeah, we can't.
All right.
Next one. Is it normal? For the last 4 years, I've wanted to eat a corn dog, but I haven't because I might want it too much.
Oh, baby. Eat the dog, man.
Eat the dog. 4 years is too long. We've been through too much as a nation, as a people.
With this perspective of this moment in time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Eat the corn dog.
You're telling me like 3 years ago, like mid-quar, you didn't break down and have a corn dog just to feel anything?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. To feel alive again. I do get like being at the point where you might want it too much where it's not going to live up to your expectation.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe there's that fear where it's like, I've been wanting a corn dog for so long. Now I'm going to eat one and it's going to be like very mid.
Yeah.
I think you have to be very particular about the corn dog you go for after this point.
What are you going for?
Like, I'm thinking like you go to a fair and get a corn dog.
Okay, special occasion.
Yeah, you got to do like because I'm like, if you're going in and just getting like Costco frozen corn dogs, you're probably going to be like, damn, I've been running a corn dog all these years. I just ate this frozen one and now I have a whole pack to get through.
Oh yeah, 23 left.
Or go for like a mini corn dog at a bar.
Oh, I love a corn pup.
Yes, a corn pup.
Those are down the street from me here. They have little corn doggies.
So that way you get a little bite.
Another great place for ketchup and mustard on a corn pup.
Oh yes, dog. I love mixing the ketchup and mustard to make that little sauce.
But I can relate to the building something up in your mind too, I think. But I feel like the saying that I might want it too much makes me think they are like withholding just to like be austere and like not like give in to their earthly desires.
Yeah, which is like give in. Yeah, you deserve to give in to that.
So do you think overall normal or special?
I think if you've been wanting it for this long and haven't done it, that feels special. Like,
yeah, that's a lot of fortitude.
My craving threshold is like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would say
if I'm craving something, I'm still thinking about it a week, 2 weeks later, I'm getting it.
If it's something that I like feel guilty about having, then I will push it off a little bit longer. Like I can't let myself have Taco Bell more than once a month.
Okay.
I think
that's fair.
Because it's always around. It's always available.
Yeah.
It always sounds good to me. And so I do like push that off, but with the knowledge that I will return like very soon.
Always.
Yeah. I just like every couple times I want it, I have to be like, not this time. You just had Taco Bell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I feel that on the Taco Bell craving specifically.
Yeah, that's my fast food of choice.
Yeah. Bodies just aren't made for Taco Bell after a certain point in life. And it's hard to let go of. It's hard to let go of that comfort, something so dear. But yeah, I think I'm at that point too where it's like maybe every other or every third time I'll get the Taco Bell, but I can't. If I got Taco Bell every time I thought about Taco Bell, I'd probably be there once a week.
Yeah, same, I'm sure. And there's one like really close to my mother-in-law's house, and like that. I'm saying I'm like a little bit ashamed of it too. I need to have a good exit strategy where like I can put the garbage like straight into the alleyway trash.
You don't even want to see it.
I don't want to accidentally have it in my car when somebody gets into my car. I don't want them to know. I don't know why I feel like that bears some further examination, I think.
Yeah. I totally identify with that feeling and have been there where I'm like, I've eaten this fast food. I don't want anyone to know. Let me throw it away in this dumpster and I'll go home. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't happen. Erased.
Just been living clean.
Exactly. Nobody knows I fell off the wagon.
Like, yeah, must be that time of the month. Ingo cannot stop talking about burritos. And,
yeah. Even just talking about Taco Bell today on this podcast, I'm probably going to want it within the next 4 days.
Well, we're going to get it in a week.
That's true. I should save myself for the cantina.
Yeah.
But this is definitely, this feels special to me.
This feels special to me too. This is too long to hold out on an urge.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to get farther away from it being okay to have, and you're going to torture yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then someone's going to offer you a corn dog out of the blue and you're going to be too scared to take it.
Yeah.
You know? And you can't.
And then you look weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying no to a corn dog for no good reason. Okay, should we hit one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. This one, this will hit you in a different place, I think. Is it normal to eat the plaque straight off the floss?
The plaque, not like the random stray piece of food that you might still have.
Not the kernel,
not
or the jerky.
Eating anything off of floss sounds pretty gnarly to me.
Pretty cursed.
Yeah, but the plaque especially. Why? I'm I'll floss, get some stuff on it, and I'll rinse it in the water.
Okay, that's a very classy maneuver.
Yeah, so it's keep the floss clean, it goes down the sink. But I feel like putting the plaque back in your mouth kind of defeats the purpose of getting the plaque off.
You're not sure you're gonna swallow it.
Yeah, who knows how far it goes?
What
Maybe
if it's
it just finds another
thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Home sweet home. Cozy's right back up to that tooth.
Thanks for cleaning up the place.
Exactly.
Okay, I have to floss over the sink for that purpose too. I think more than a rinse, I'll do a flick, a little slingshot down into the sink of any goobers I pick up. But yeah, Barrett will do he'll walk and floss.
Oh,
and dangerous. I have to be looking at my teeth in the mirror.
Same.
Otherwise, I think I'm gonna miss or something. And then I floss and I knock it off into the sink or whatever as I go.
Yeah.
I would use if I didn't love the earth and hashtag the environment so much, I would be using those individual floss pickers because I find the whole experience of flossing so unpleasant. The wrapping around my fingers, it makes me feel like I'm losing circulation in the tips of my fingies. I hate it.
Really?
Reaching my fingers kind of into my mouth a little bit.
You don't like that?
You like it?
I don't mind flossing. I don't mind flossing.
Yeah,
I've never thought of it like that. Because sometimes I'll reach my hand in my mouth. If you got a big piece of something in there and you just need to grab it, I'll grab it with my hands. I'll do that too. But I don't know. I like watching myself floss because I like seeing how deep into the crevices I can get. But I don't floss as much as I should. I probably am every couple days. I don't every day. Some days I'm whatever. But I also have to be looking in the mirror to see it. I am afraid I'm going to miss a crevice or not get back there. I like those individual flossers for emergency situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had one around in a while, but I bought a pack and, rolled with that for a while in my life. And I was like, oh, this is a lot of plastic I shouldn't be using, but
it's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much.
That is ending up straight in a whale's butthole. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's not normal, but I could see kind of you pull it out of your teeth and then you like kind of leave it in your mouth and like swallow it. You know, like maybe if you're not over the sink, what else are you gonna do?
True.
Because if it stays on are you gonna keep it on the floss, like hanging on there while you keep maneuvering?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna come off on the corner of your mouth or something.
Ooh.
Ew.
Ugh, I hate when the mouth corners get gross. It just really grosses me out. See, I feel like it's more normal to like floss. You accidentally like flick it and it like goes to the
who knows
mirror.
where.
Yeah, or something like that. But this person is saying they eat it. So I feel like there's a conscious choice to like go back in and like take it off of the floss.
I think that's how I'm picturing it too.
Yeah. I also feel like it would just taste terrible.
Tooth stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels special to me.
It's definitely special.
You tell us if we're off base here in normcore, but I don't feel like we're going to get a lot of pushback on that.
I don't think we're going to push back on that at all. Yeah. So just a big special episode.
It is. I was just going to say that. A net, totally special.
Yeah.
Epi. What fun. So take that, those detractors that say we never say anything special and it's all normal just because we want everyone to feel good about themselves.
Yeah, today we're like, no.
We
feel terrible.
Limits.
Eat that corn dog.
Is in the sand. And on the other side of the line is plaque and ketchup and a lack of corn dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. For those of you who say we don't have a backbone, all right? Like, here it is.
We're all spine. We're snakes.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, if you like this episode, remember to rate, review, subscribe, share. Also, if you're listening to this episode on the day it comes out, know that next week, around the same time on Wednesday, even less than a week, you can come see us live at Hereafter on October 4th, 7 p.m. show. Doors are at 6. Get there early. And it's going to be a great time. Other than that, submit your submissions to the form link that we have at the bottom for you. We want to hear from you. And honestly, we're like not getting as many submissions from y'all as we should. I know that y'all are out there listening. Mm-hmm. We can see that.
Don't hesitate. Let it flow. Like, let it flow.
Yeah, don't overthink it. It could be anything. It could be a rebuttal. We want to just hear whatever you have to say, honestly. That weird thing you do, just throw it out there. Nobody's going to know it's you unless you text us, and then we'll know it's you, but we won't say it. We promise. Yes. And until next time, you're normal.
You're special.
We love you.